Hi, beauties. Working on lips was the procedure that almost pushed me to quit when I just finished my first PMU school and started working with the clients. Losing pigments, swelling, clients' pain, that was a nightmare. Skin didn't absorb the pigment. So I'm here to help you prevent all those mistakes and make it happen in 1 hour 30 minutes with minimum pain for everyone who is involved in this process.
When you start working on the lips, the first step is to convey to the client that this is not a volume filler, but instead it's a color correction procedure. Therefore, the artist should not go beyond the natural contour of the lips. The client should be laying down so the sketch process is faster and more convenient. I'm using a white gel pen. I do not use primary anesthesia for several reasons. First, it changes the texture of the skin. We don't want this, and we also need to understand the depth we are working at. Second, the client should not be in so much pain that they cannot endure the procedure. If so, then you are too deep in the skin. Third, primary anesthesia increases procedure time and swelling. And the last, we risk losing the sketch. I ask the client to smile to make sure that our sketch looks smooth and symmetrical. Then I ask the client to sit down and I complete the small details. The sketch of the lips should be as symmetrical as possible in different positions, such as smiling, talking, and so on. We make sure that the client agrees with the sketch and I explain that white outline is the outer outline. We use a red pen to create a dotted line to fix the sketch. After the first pass, we will wipe off the pigment along with the white line and the dotted line will remain. This ensures that we don't lose the sketch. I use translucent powder to absorb moisture. I will be using a single 0.33 needle. This size will allow you to work as efficiently as possible, leaving a sufficient amount of pigment in the skin and at the same time minimizing swelling. Minimum speed on the flax machine is 5. We start working from the far corner of the upper lip. This way, the pigment will not flow onto the skin where we have not worked and will not interfere with the procedure. Slowly and evenly, we move the needle along the white line, connecting the red dots with each other. With faster movements, we work towards the inside of the lip. Our goal during the first pass is to fix the sketch and to open the skin for the secondary anesthesia. If the client is not in pain and can endure it, then it's better to work on all the lips slowly. We choose the color right before the procedure. Usually, I ask the client to bring her favorite lipstick or show a photo on the color. Don't just count on the description. Everyone sees and perceives color differently. Wipe the upper lip carefully with a mixture of water and ink soap without erasing the sketch on the lower lip. Make sure that all the red dots are connected by pigment and we have fixed the sketch. Apply secondary Anastasia, cover it with a plastic wrap, and start working on the lower lip. We slowly fix the line of the sketch. Usually the client's lips are dry, and especially on the lower lip we may find crusts that we need to pierce with the needle, so the Anastasia will numb this area. The second pass is always the main one. The client is no longer in much pain and the lips are not swelling yet, so we try to pack the pigment as tight as possible. But please do not fall into a slow monotone pace. Very often students begin the process very slowly until they get to the middle of the lip. Then, as they start running out of the time and the effects of Anastasia begin to wear off, so they begin to speed up their pace. This results in a color difference in each area of the lips. Where the needle is moved slowly, the color is darker. When the needle is moved quickly, the color is lighter. Therefore, it's important to stay on one consistent speed and depth for the entire procedure. The skin tension should not be strong, otherwise there will be severe swelling. The third pass is intended to fill in the lighter areas first and immediately go through the entire area again. We wipe and see where to add pigment. We also go through the inner part of the lower lip and the corners of the lips. Then we have to explain aftercare. Every 2 hours after the procedure, gently wash your lips with a cotton pad and water. In 3 to 4 days, your skin should be moistened with a given aftercare ointment no more than 2 times a day. When the skin begins to shed, do not scratch or pick at all. Allow the dry skin to come off on its own. And now you can see the result of healed lips 5 weeks after the first procedure. The client is satisfied and says that she does not need a touch-up, but I see some areas that needs to be improved. Using the same color, I fill in the lighter areas and go through the lower lip again. Sits in interact most with food and silverware and loses some color. It's been a pleasure making this lesson for my lovely students. Please check out our eyeliner and eyebrow lessons as well. Goodbye, everyone.